Hi, readers. Today I thought it would be great to still keep on going with our pace that we left on from yesterday, and explore a little bit more about thinking about our writing through what we are reading. So I thought what better way to do this is to go back and maybe do a quick comparison on another mentor text we read a few weeks ago, Cinderella. We read this story on Common Lit, and I thought, what better way to think about our current mentor text, The Stolen Party? What better way to think about that is to compare it to maybe the story of Cinderella. So I'd like you guys to use your reader notebook today as a way to bridge a comparison between the two texts. So the way that we were working yesterday, was we were taking small moments in the text and thinking deeper, pushing our reading, and reading deeper, seeing, hearing, feeling, and then stop thinking and jotting deeper about what the characters were going through, especially Rosa Ora, what she was experiencing in the first part of the story. We did a great job in close reading that. So I'd like you guys to go back to another part of the text today, and we are going to examine it a little closer. But again, trying to remember Cinderella and trying to make the story of Cinderella and trying to make a connection to our new story to maybe understand Rosa Ora's character a little deeper. Okay, so just to take you back to the story of Cinderella. It is on Common Lit. If you do sign into Common Lit, you can reread it again. Um, so basically, it's the synopsis or the retelling would be that about a young woman who has been mistreated by her stepmother and stepsisters, learns the value of kindness. Okay, so I'd like you to think about the story of Cinderella, and when we reread this part we're about to in The Stolen Party, I'd like you to think about Cinderella's character as well as Rosa Ora's character and see if you can bridge a comparison or find similarities in Cinderella as well as Rosa Ora, and then see if you can think about Rosa Ora's character a little deeper. Okay, so before we do that, I want to take you to our thought prompts that I gave you yesterday, just to remind you that I'd like you to try a new one today, in thinking about Cinderella versus The Stolen Party and Rosa Ora's character. You can try a new one today. So if you used one, maybe try and see if you can use another one today. So I'll just read them to you really quickly. As we are rereading the story, The Stolen Party, I'd like you to push your thinking, again, thinking about Cinderella in comparison, what could be similar to the story of Cinderella. You could use things like, I used to think, but now I am realizing my ideas about are complicated. On one hand, I think, but on the other hand, I think. Some people think, but I believe. When I thought, but now when I reread it, I realize that really, and then you come up with something different. Remember from yesterday's lesson, we need to be as readers who are thinking about how they are going to write. We need to open up to all possibilities and all different lenses that the character could be coming through as. So let's go to our mentor text, The Stolen Party, and I'm going to read you one of the parts, and I'd like you to think about Cinderella's story in comparison to Rosa Ora's story in The Stolen Party. We're picking up right where we left off from yesterday. when she's explaining to her mother, "I'll die if I don't go," she whispered, almost without moving her lips. So we know that her mother takes Rosa Ora to the party. We know they're there, but this part is actually going back to when Mom is preparing her dress. And let's see if you can pick out some kind of similarity in the tone, in the theme of the Cinderella story versus Rosa Ora's story in the Stolen Party. So see if you can pick out some similarities when the author is describing what Rosa Ora is going to wear to the party. And she wasn't sure whether she had been heard, but on the morning of the party, she discovered that her mother had starched her Christmas dress. And in the afternoon, after washing her hair, her mother rinsed it in apple cider vinegar so it would be all nice and shiny. So I would go back and close read around the context of this word starched. If you do not know what the word starched is, I would look it up, but it means to clean a dress or a piece of fabric to make it look nice and ironed and proper and clean. So Rosa Ora's mother does this purposely so that Rosa Ora will look presentable when they go to the party. So again, think about in the story Cinderella, how could that be kind of a similar type of Cinderella vibe going on in Rosa Ora's story? And that she also made sure that her daughter had washed her hair and her mother had rinsed it in apple cider vinegar to look really shiny. So she looks nice, her dress is shiny, her hair is all done up and washed. So think, how could that be a similar vibe to the other story we had read about Cinderella? Before going out, Rosa Ora admired herself in the mirror with her white dress and glossy hair, and thought she looked terribly pretty. Señora Isis seemed to notice. As soon as she heard her, she said, "How lovely you look today, Rosa Ora." Rosa Ora gave her starched skirt a slight toss with her hands and walked into the party with a firm step. She said hello to Luciana and asked about the monkey. Luciana put on a secretive look and whispered into Rosa Ora's ear, "He's in the kitchen, but don't tell anyone because it's a surprise." Okay, readers, so I am going to leave you with that thought. I'm going to ask that you go back, listen to this video again, listen to me reread it again. Again, thinking about what you know of Cinderella's story, of the fairy tale story Cinderella, and I want you to close read, trying to pull out a similar theme, a similar tone that Cinderella's story has that you see reflected in our new mentor text, The Stolen Party. And maybe you guys can I would like you guys to pick a new thought prompt and push your thinking in the way of looking at two different texts and using one text to bring out another text's meaning. So you're going to be using Cinderella's story as in the background of thinking about Cinderella's theme in the story, and then you're going to reflect it in our new story, The Stolen Party, and see if you can find some similar vibe. Does it kind of remind you of Cinderella's vibe when she's getting ready for the ball? Does this kind of remind you of Cinderella? Okay, readers, I cannot wait to see your new thoughts on this. I can't wait to see how you push your thinking today. And again, I will expect you to upload a new piece, a new writing prompt, at least 2 paragraphs into Google Docs today for your assignment. Okay, guys, so have fun close reading this, and And if you do, please go back. If you need it, please go back to Common Lit and reread Cinderella if you need it to be as a reference for looking for similarities in the Stolen Party. And I can't wait to see you in Zoom tomorrow. And I can't wait to see all your creations from your close reading from Wednesday. Okay, guys, I will see you in Zoom tomorrow. Have a good day.